Usually I try to make some kind of funny intro to my Chainsaw Man review videos, but there's nothing I could say or do that could even remotely compare to the wiener-touching girl singing Chuchu, Lovely, Munimuni, Muramura, Purinpurin, boron, nururu, rerorero by Maximum the Hormone in a karaoke bar while scores of grown men try to kill Denji with baseball bats. That's literally it. That's the chapter today. We have to wait 14 fucking days after this. I don't expect this to be a particularly long chapter review video, seeing as I summarized the entire chapter within the first 5 seconds of this video, but there's still a few things I wanted to talk about, so make sure you stick around for that. But before we jump right in, remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you like this kind of content. My goal for July was to hit 4,000 subscribers, and with all of your help, we already crushed that goal. But if we can get to 5,000 subscribers before the end of the year, I will do a cover of Chuchu, Lovely, munimuni, muramura, purinpurin, boron, nururu, rerorero in a cosplay of the wiener-touching girl. I don't know if I actually want to do that, but I've already said it. Thank you guys so much for your support. Now let's get our Chuchu, Lovely, munimuni, muramura, purinpurin, boron, nururu, rerorero on. That's how you can tell I'm not a fake fan. I can say that shit off the top of my head. So today's chapter started off how we were all hoping it would. Denji finally stands up for himself and uses all of his experiences from 136 chapters of Chainsaw Man to skirt a potentially dangerous situation, thus showing fantastic character development and emotional growth since he met Makima in chapter 1. He got me with it too. I just love the panel of him saying, "Have some respect for yourself," in his head while he's licking a devil's tentacle. And it really looks like he's saying, "Have some respect for yourself." Today is July 25th, 2023, but it should forever go down as the day where Tatsuki Fujimoto reinvented irony. Some may see this moment as annoying because Denji has seemingly learned nothing after the past 2 years of falling into the same traps over and over again. But if I'm being honest, the fact that Denji did have a dialogue in his head where he acknowledged that this was probably a trap shows that he's not as naive as he once was. It's not a lack of situational awareness, it's a lack of self-control when he's offered some p***. So you know what? I'm actually proud of our boy Denji and his ability to recognize red flags. Now he just needs to work on acting on it. Now first of all, before we talk about what is potentially my favorite fight scene in all of Chainsaw Man, I just wanted to quickly point out that the karaoke building they went to was called Karaoke Fujimoto. I'm not sure if Fujimoto did that himself or if one of his assistants did that as a joke, but I got a good laugh out of it. Now let's talk about the karaoke fight scene over my favorite Maximum the Hormone song. Chuchu, Lovely, munimuni, muramura, purinpurin, boron, nururu, rerorero is literally my favorite Maximum the Hormone song, so when I saw her start singing, I immediately knew what it was. I actually didn't even realize this until after I started filming this video, but the title of the chapter was literally Chuchu, Lovely, munimuni, muramura, purinpurin, boron, nururu, rerorero. We could even make a drinking game out of this, take a shot every time I say the words Chuchu, Lovely, munimuni, muramura, purinpurin, boron, nururu, rerorero. I bet you'll die of alcohol poisoning before the end of the video. But for your sake and mine, please never look up the translated lyrics to this song. I want you guys to promise me you're never gonna do that. I want you guys to either Scout's honor or pinky swear that shit. I don't know if it's because I love this song or if it actually makes a difference or not, but being able to hear the soundtrack to this fight scene in my head made for one of the best fight scenes in all of Chainsaw Man history, in my opinion. The fast-paced nu metal music and the brutal fight with baseball bat bashed faces creates a classic cinematic vibe that reminds me of one of my favorite movie series, Kingsman. I actually talked about it in last night's live stream, but the fight choreography in these movies are literally unparalleled in the live-action medium. Part of me wonders if Fujimoto's a fan of the Kingsman movies or not, but I highly recommend you check them out if you haven't so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I think my favorite part of this fight scene though was the dichotomy between Denji saying, "Maybe being normal ain't so bad after all," then seeing his blood-covered smiling face after he beat the shit out of 20 dudes with a baseball bat. Denji may love the normal life he has with Nayuta and going to school, but he's a pig in shit when it comes to kicking ass. I feel like this is Fujimoto trying to tell us, even though he's being boxed into a life of normalcy, this is where he truly belongs. Now speaking of being boxed into normalcy, this girl that Denji was set up with clearly isn't normal, so obviously the big question here is, did Yoshida know? I'm gonna guess not, because like we talked about last week, Yoshida probably can't tell normal versus abnormal apart so well himself. But this certainly doesn't do very much to make him look less shady, and if he really didn't know, then he owes Denji a pretty big apology. But I wonder how the fandom is gonna see this girl now after this chapter, seeing as last week she was the most hated character in Chainsaw Man history. Obviously, the big discussion around her being the fact that she felt up Denji without asking last chapter. After seeing Denji's reaction to her advances in this chapter though, will the fanbase still see her as Hitler, or will she start to garner a fandom herself? As for me, I'm still not sure how I feel about it, seeing as it goes into some decently sensitive territory, but a lot of the fandom still seems to like Himeno, and she essentially did the same thing. But I'm curious as to what you guys think about it, so let me know down in the comments. Like I said earlier, there wasn't too much to talk about in today's chapter, seeing as I summarized the entire events of it within the first 5 seconds of the video. But before we all go our separate ways, there's still one more important thing to talk about, and that's what the Future Devil predicted would happen in today's chapter last night. Oh, great and powerful powerful future devil, what is going to happen in Chainsaw Man Chapter 137? The future devil grins widely. I love how badly you want to know what's going to happen next. I mean, this might be the most entertaining contract I've ever had a human enter. In Chainsaw Man Chapter 137, something truly unexpected is going to happen. No shit, dude. That's not fucking worth a crock. Let's ask for an elaboration. Okay, I'll give you a sneak peek. In Chainsaw Man Chapter 137, you're going to meet someone that you never expected to see again. Okay, that's fair enough. Oh, if we see, like, Kishibe, or Reize, or Quan Chi, if someone we never expected to see again shows up in the next chapter, I'll even count Kobeni's little brother. That might be worth a pair of Crocs. Now, even though we didn't see any familiar faces or old friends this chapter, we did get blessed by a nostalgic Maximum the Hormone song. I'll say it one more time for posterity's sake. Chuchu lovely munimuni muramura purinpurin boron nururu rerorero. I wouldn't necessarily count this as a correct prediction though, so my Crocs stay safe for today. That's about all for today's chapter review video though. If you need something else to watch between now and the next one, why don't you check out the cool video that just popped up on your screen right now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video or live stream. Bye bye. See you later. Subscribe. Bye bye now.